So, we all know that Nate Diaz has been cleared by USADA to fight again. Brendan Schaub reacted to it on Below the Belt.
Nate Diaz is so gangster and has so much pull that he went, fuck you guys, and come with that now. Fix this, tell everybody I'm clear. And Dana and everyone else went, yes, sir, right away.
He says USADA is phony. A lot of players have got caught for this same thing, and they got grilled, and they didn't get an explanation or a fast response. And he says they cater to the most famous people.
USADA's a joke. The whole testing thing's a joke because they always tailor it towards big names.
And he also brought up John Joe's picogram as an example of the phoniness. He also said he didn't think Nate Diaz was on steroids. He said he was vegan, for God's sake. And he was happy that USADA this one time made the decision to go ahead and kept the fight going because he was really eager to see the fight. And on the UFC Embedded episode number 2, Jorge Masvidal said he didn't think Nate Diaz was on anything at all.
That's why I love this fight, because Diaz is another motherfucker like me that I firmly believe. When I saw that bullshit that he was on that thing, I didn't believe it for a second, you know? From performances, body types, we could tell. When you've been in the system long enough, you could tell. And I stand by it. I think that dude's clean as it gets, you know?
Dana White did an interview on the Schmo YouTube channel where he was asked about Nate Diaz being cleared by USADA and about the people in the past that got harsher penalties.
It's the Sugar Sean O'Malley's and these other guys that made it possible for the Nate Diaz fight to happen. I mean, if it wasn't for the stuff that had happened, you know, leading up to this, you know, we wouldn't even have known about, you know, that these kind of things happen. But it's all a learning process with this tainted supplement and, you know, drug testing and all this shit.
He also said the Tony Ferguson versus Khabib fight should take place in the first quarter of 2020. And in other news, Ben Askren is considering retirement, as he says to Ariel Helwani that
I mean, retirement is definitely something I'm considering. All I wanted was an opportunity. That's all I ever said I wanted, right? And I got my opportunity, so it would be hard to be bitter or disgruntled in any way because I had the opportunity I want to. I have not been able to execute on that opportunity, and that's on me.
He then went on to say that part of him still wants to fight, so who really knows what's going to happen. The YouTube channel Gracie Breakdown broke down the Ben Askren versus Damian Maia fight, and one of the things they talked about was how Damian Maia knew how much pressure it took to make somebody pass out with a rear naked choke, even if it is with one hand.
And Maia knows it only takes 7 to 8 pounds of pressure for a prolonged 8 to 10 seconds in order to choke someone unconscious. And Askren, I don't care how tough and funky he is, his neck is subject to the same pressure and he's susceptible to the same unconsciousness as anybody else with arteries flowing blood to and from their brain. And it worked, you guys.
Nate Diaz did an interview with Ariel Helwani and gave the reason why he slapped Khabib Nurmagomedov back in the day.
When I ran into him and his team at the World Series of Fighting, they were taking a group picture because I was standing there watching Jake, my friend, fight, and they took a group picture with me behind him just to laugh at me, like make fun of me. And I'm watching my friend walk out, trying to watch his fight, and then he's like, "Ha, come on, man," and they're all laughing, like 12 Russian dudes.
That's what set it off.
Yeah, I slapped him in his face. They're making fun of me. I was like, what? And he didn't do nothing. Security came in and he's like,